Greetings fans and welcome back to Black Sporans TV. Back again in the building. I've got a treat for you tonight. I've been having a lot of comments from young people that we don't have enough young people on the station. So as you can see today, we have a fresh-faced young man winging his way towards you in a minute. He's a teenager. He's based in South London. He loves Ghana, he loves Jamaica, and he's very kindly given us his time to answer some questions about how he's getting on during the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown. His name is Joseph. He's also known as Jody, Joey, Jody Joe, and all different takes on the word Joseph. So I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
And how are you today, young Joe?
I'm so excited.
Good, very, very welcome and lovely to have you on the show. Now, I found your story very interesting when I researched it, so I thought I'd bring you onto the station to let our viewers know how you're getting on with the situation. Can you tell our viewers how old you are?
I am 16 years old.
16, sweet 16. And have you been 16 for a long time?
No, just a couple of weeks now.
Okay, so you're freshly 16.
Yes.
And you reside in South London in the United Kingdom?
Yes, I do.
Good. And I found your story very interesting because, you know, the last year and a bit has been very difficult for everyone. And you are currently in your last year of secondary school. You'll be leaving this summer. And of course, your last year has been disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. But I heard that, you know, you have got a positive story to tell. And I just wanted to let our viewers, especially our younger viewers, know your feelings on the subject.
Yes.
Is that cool with you, sir?
Yes.
So for the purpose of the tape, which level of education are you currently preparing for?
Currently, I'm preparing for my so-called mocks, but they are technically GCSEs. 3 months earlier.
Okay, so that and after those, you will be actually leaving formal education, where you have to decide whether you want to stay on or whether you're going to go to college with a view to going to university and stuff. So you're actually getting ready to leave secondary school, yeah?
Yes.
Good. And as I said, since March 2020, everyone in the world, you know, we've all been affected by the global COVID-19 pandemic. Can you tell us how it's impacted your schooling?
Yes. Well, during March 2020, near my birthday in fact, my school had to close down because we were going into our very first lockdown.
Okay.
So I was at home for about 3 months.
What?
Until my school resolved a way in small parts of us in our year going to school, but not for whole school, just about maybe 10 or 15 of us.
My gosh. So that must have been very strange going to that. You know, how many children usually go to your school? How many children in total go to your school?
About 1,300.
So you were reduced down to about, you know, between 10 and 20 or so.
Yes.
My goodness, that must have been very strange.
Yes, it was.
So, were you able? So you were actually sent home to be in the house.
Yes.
And I suppose you had to do your own independent study. I mean, of course, you are preparing for exams, so it must have been quite a difficult situation.
Yes, it was.
And so how long were you in the house on that first occasion?
Around 2 to 3 months.
Wow.
And without any contact to my school.
And so you weren't able to see your friends, you weren't able to go meet them or go around to their house or anything like that?
No.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you cope with just being in the house? I mean, it must have been a very difficult situation. You were probably, you know, for months at a time. How did you cope?
It was a difficult period in my life, but the way I got around it was just to keep up my exercising. For example, doing a few press-ups just to keep my energy up. And also, I used to contact my friends online instead of meeting them in person.
Okay.
That also helped me as it kept me happy and I didn't get down in the situation.
Yes, I mean, from talking to your family members, it seems that you were able to remain quite positive. And that's why I thought it might be inspirational for you to come onto the station, because as you know, and our viewers may or may not know, there is a high incidence of many children suffering all types of anxiety disorders or eating disorders or general mental health issues. And I was quite impressed by the reports I heard of you from your family about how you maintained your fitness, your mental well-being, and you kept quite happy and quite jolly throughout the whole thing, even though it was very difficult. You've been able to maintain your studies, you've been able to maintain your diet, you've got taller, fitter, more handsome, dimples are more shiny, and it's just a good story that I'd like to push out there. So, I mean, you were very lucky to have been able, you were able to be offered online schooling from your school. So you were able to study indoors. And how did you find adapting to studying online?
It was difficult at first, but I got used to it as I had no choice, to be honest.
Oh yes, I suppose so.
It was also a learning curve, as also I got to feel the experience of being homeschooled, like some other children.
Right.
And it also meant that I'll have to work harder, as sometimes the website will crash, or the teacher will just give us a question to do and just walk off, or maybe go to the shops and come back. So that's why I had to work harder, as they didn't really teach me as much as they would usually in class at school.
Yeah, and you sort of missed the personal touch of the teacher, and so you had to get on with it yourself by and large, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, very, very good. And our research also shows that you are an avid sportsman. So I can see you're wearing your tracksuit there, you've got your nice haircut, I see you take care of yourself. You smell like expensive cologne. I'm not sure the name of your cologne, but I would like to assure the young ladies that you smell divine. And I think you're still young and single, you're concentrating on your studies.
Yes.
So ladies, if you see this young man around, he hangs around South London. You can notice him by the wavy hair and the dimpled smile. So he's available. So which are your favorite sports, and were you able to maintain them during the lockdown?
Well, my favorite sports were usually football, Formula 1 and boxing. But as lockdown came, it was very hard to play football. For example, I used to go to a football AstroTurf pitch with my friends on the weekends, but it closed down due to the coronavirus, so we couldn't go there. As well as boxing, I used to go to a boxing center.
Okay.
Where I used to do a couple trials with my friends also.
But I spoke to your mum, and your mum tells me that on occasion you have some boxing gloves and some pads, and she runs you through your lessons once in a while.
Yes.
She said you're getting very strong now, really hurting her wrist when she practices with you.
Yes.
Okay, so you've been trying to do what you can in the house, yeah?
Yeah.
Keeping fit, press-ups. You know, you've got a few weights. I saw in your hallway there, you've got a few weights. And I can, when you shook my hand when I came in, I can see that you're a very strong man. I wouldn't like to tackle you on a dark night in South London, put it that way. So, yes, so that's good you've been able to maintain. And it's been a very tough time, as you said, even though you've been able to maintain a positive mentality. But how have you been preparing for your upcoming exams?
Well, I've been very blessed to have my own tutor online, which has also helped me with my studies, as well as during the half term, I've been going into my school where they have been doing lessons for us and giving us specific information on what is going to be on the upcoming tests.
So during the holidays, the school has been inviting you into the school?
Yes.
I understand your mum told me that even Sundays, they've been calling you in. On blessed Sunday, you go to school.
Yes.
Now that is dedication. Thank you. We marvel at your dedication.
Thank you very much.
And it's a real positive story that we want to put out there for all the young people, that even though times are hard, you have to maintain, you have to be focused, you have to be disciplined, you have to try and think that times will be better in the future. So try and hang on and don't let things get on top of you. What advice would you give to youngsters in how to get through the situation?
Well, I like to tell the youngsters is to keep going, and it won't last forever. It's like a tunnel, and right now you're in the middle of the tunnel, but there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So just persevere and you'll be out of the tunnel soon.
And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is a young man with a sensible head on his shoulders. And as I said, ladies, he is single. So when you see him, form an orderly queue. So that's very inspirational for you to say, young Joseph. And we thank you so much for coming to this station and pumping out that positive message. And things are improving. The sun is about to shine. Figures are down. I think the vaccines are in now. Summer's around the corner. What are your plans for after your exams?
Well, after my exams, I plan to get my results and therefore put myself into a specific college or sixth form where I can do the best of my abilities and get the best job I want. Also, after my exams, I would like to go out to parties.
Yay!
Rave with my friends.
It's on, baby, it's on.
Yes.
Good. So you plan on having a good time?
Yes.
Because the youngsters out there have not been able to go to the cinema, go to the football clubs, go to the ice cream parlors, go to Nando's, go to see their boyfriends or girlfriends or hang out with their friends. It's been a real change of environment, and it's been very, very hard on young people. So you put out a positive message today, young Joe. We're very, very appreciative for you coming in. We can see that you have a bright future ahead of you, and we wish you all the best for your exams coming up. We're sure you're going to do very well, and perhaps we'll check in with you after to see how you got on. But for now, young Joe, the coolest dude in South London, from Black Sporans TV, we salute you, sir, and thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Peace out.